Hello, I'm ThatBuilderBoi and welcome back to Builders Brawlers. It's been a while since the last one, but here we are with the fourth one and we got some great fights lined up, like our main event, He versus Minor Threat. This stems back to a fight that happened during Robot Chaos March Mayhem. But we'll get to that later. Let's get on with our first fight between Henry and Zephyr.
3, 2, 1, activate.
It's good to be back, and Henry taking his time letting Zephyr spin up. They are struggling to spin up. It has been a while since we've done it, and now it is spinning up to a dangerous speed. Henry coming in, using that brand new wedge to deflect, and they do successfully. Zephyr still spinning at a very quick speed, and Henry coming in, and oh my goodness, the wedge has been split. The wedge has been completely split. It has not paid off for them, but now Zephyr not spinning up. Henry taking control with those new forks. And there we go, Zephyr spinning up to speed again. Henry backing up, trying to get a good charge in. Any second now. And there they go. Oh my goodness, and they lose. They lose their eyes and side panel. And the other part of their wedge. Now all they have are those forks, and Zephyr spinning up to a dangerous speed and knocking away some of the parts. I don't know what that white piece is off of. I think that might be off of Zephyr, but Henry going in. And now backing away, using their rear. Zephyr trying to spin up to speed again. Not moving very well though, but their weapon is still very deadly. And there goes the other wheel guard of Henry. Zephyr, there we go, now moving away. Henry trying to... Oh, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to feed their wedge into Zephyr, and there it goes. And Zephyr has completely stopped. It has stopped. It is not spinning up to speed. Henry ramming them with their butt. Zephyr not moving. And there comes a count out. Henry with a miraculous KO after being on the back foot for the majority of this fight. And Zephyr is out. It was looking so good for Zephyr, ripping off that wedge of Henry, and then, you know, ripping off more parts of Henry, and, you know, they were struggling to move throughout the match, so maybe that was, like, foreshadowing for things to come. They just kind of died after that. Henry with a very lucky win.
3, 2, 1, activate.
I am really excited for this one, the debut of He, a bot originally by Shiken. Started out as a hex bug and now is in Lego form, and oh, damage from both sides there. I think that was part of He and Comedic Gentleman trying to get in and underneath and trying to lift them over. Good lift there. He needs time to get that spinner up to speed. It is a very big spinner, the biggest one in Builders Brawlers. And oh, Comedic Gentleman not having enough purchase on that lift, but oh, huge hit there, knocking off some of the armor on Comedic Gentleman. Comedic Gentleman reeling from that, but now coming back in. More damage caused to both bots, I think, and Comedic Gentleman seems to be dead. Oh, no, they're moving. He trying to spin up to speed, and Comedic Gentleman sitting dead in the water. Oh, there we go. I think they're having some intermittent signal issues, but He hasn't gotten their weapon up to speed. There they go. Slowly spinning up to speed, a little impact there, and Comedic Gentleman trying to lift up there. Unsuccessful in tipping over He. Both robots stuck together, trying to get away from each other. But He getting their weapon back up to speed again on top of Comedic Gentleman. This could be a huge hit! I think that was more parts off of He, and Comedic Gentleman is standing still again while He is up to speed. Coming in with a small shot. It was not as big as I thought it would be, but now He getting back up to speed, and Comedic Gentleman trying to lift again. They have been unsuccessful with that lifter throughout this fight, but they are still remaining aggressive, and more parts coming off of, I think, both bots there. As we tick into the final few seconds of this very interesting match. Good debut for He, and Comedic Gentleman struggling, trying to lift up He at the end, but unsuccessful. It will go to the judges. I do like the look of He, but this drive, it just kind of let itself down. Comedic Gentleman was able to get in, but that weapon, when it hits and gets going, it is a very destructive weapon, able to dislodge some panels, even some of its own, but Comedic Gentleman able to be aggressive and try and get some lifts in. The winner by split decision is Comedic Gentleman.
3, 2, 1, activate.
I have wanted this rematch for a while. Both of these bots looking deadly and dangerous. Zephyr looking to rebound. Cheeser, oh, a little glancing blow and a nice shot there from both. Cheeser getting their weapon up to speed. There we go, a little hit there. Now both spinning up again, hoping for a big hit here. And oh, that's a huge shot. Both bots getting sent in opposite directions. And Cheeser back up and spinning again. It's nice to see that the thermal cutout hasn't played yet. But oh my goodness, I think that was some parts off of Cheeser's bar. And there we go, both robots spinning up to speed, and now even more of Cheeser's bar is coming off. That weapon is coming apart! Zephyr, we have a monster in the arena, but Cheeser using its well-armored rear end and forks to get in and underneath, letting Zephyr spin up to speed now. Cheeser off balance, shaking around like a drunkard at a bar, and there they go, another hit there. Zephyr spinning up to speed. Cheeser, I don't know why you're trying to spin up, maybe just to show that your weapon still works, but I think leading with the rear is good. Oh, what happened there? It looks like the directional indicator of Zephyr has ejected itself, and I think part of the shell has come apart. This is Cheeser's chance, but now they have been smacked by that weird part hanging out of Zephyr. What a good match between these two devastating spinners. This was what we expected when they first met in the pilot tournament all those months ago. Both bots spinning up to speed. I am surprised if this fight will go to the judges, and I think it will. And there it is, both robots wounded by the end. Now trying to make it to the closing seconds, trying to show some good lasting impressions. What a match that was. A brilliant showing from both of these spinners, both landing some big hits onto each other, but it was Zephyr who caused the first major damage here, with Cheeser losing bits of its bar, but then eventually Zephyr ejected some of its own parts there, and both bots really struggling to do much of anything, but still looking good in the process. The winner by unanimous decision is Zephyr.
3, 2, 1, activate.
No spinners in this one. We are going all control here. Henry and Comedic Gentleman both fresh off of some interesting wins, and Henry getting behind and pushing Comedic Gentleman into that wall. Now Comedic Gentleman needs to try and rebound, get underneath those forks, but it will be difficult. Maybe underneath the wedge of Henry. Who knows? Both bots trying to get a good angle, and there we go. Comedic Gentleman lifting up Henry, but not able to tip them over. Henry pushing back onto Comedic Gentleman. Comedic Gentleman spinning around. There we go. Both robots facing each other, but I think Comedic Gentleman's suffering from thermal cutout, I think. It's not moving as well as it usually does. Very slow and sluggish here. Henry looking to take advantage, and I think they are trying to... Nope, backing away. There we go. Now Comedic Gentleman underneath trying to get that lifter. Nope. It's a very cagey fight. This one isn't. Oh, there we go. Comedic Gentleman lifting up Henry, but not doing much of anything with it. Henry looking good right now. Good push on Comedic Gentleman and that front left corner of the arena. They need to try and bring this fight back in, Comedic Gentleman. They are definitely behind. And there we go. They are behind Henry now, pushing them into that right back corner. And the good lift there, beaching Henry on top of themselves. Good control here. But it doesn't look like Henry is able to get down. I think... Yeah, Comedic Gentleman trying to drive him around, get him off, but I think we will need to call for our very first unstick, and there it is.
Activate.
And the fight resumes with 10 seconds left on the clock, now 6. Can Comedic Gentleman get a good lasting impression here? And they can't, unfortunately, with a little raise of the lifter at the end. It was a good display by Henry, showing its maneuverability prowess, but Comedic Gentleman was able to get a few attacks in there, but they were definitely not looking healthy, especially after that he fight earlier in the video. Henry able to get some good pushes in. This was the only meaningful attack that Comedic Gentleman landed, but they got unstuck and didn't look good for them at the end. And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Henry.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Good to see Zephyr patched up and back in the arena, taking on Bayani. And Zephyr spinning up to speed at a... Oh, it is spinning very fast, Bayani. There we go, now getting their spinner up to speed at a nice shot there, removing the two front panels of Bayani, and there we go. Bayani has had a little bit of work done to prevent the wheels from popping off. So let's see if that will come into play. A good shot there from Bayani, trying to box Zephyr in that corner. Now backing away, Zephyr spinning up to speed, and Bayani not moving very freely, and there they go. Now, Zephyr being hunted down and chased down by Bayani, is it? Nope, now they're letting Zephyr spin up to speed. Bayani not moving very well, and Zephyr closing in, ready for a big hit, and oh, the big spin there, sending Bayani into the front wall. And there we go, Bayani reeling from that attack, and a good shove there, trying to get their own weapon into play, but it's not really spinning very well. Now Zephyr spinning back up to speed. Bayani just sitting there. Bayani, you gotta move. Zephyr spinning up, and oh, a big shot there. I think a part came off of Zephyr, though. Bayani. Hello? Oh, Jesus. There is a hit there, and I think Bayani is just twitching. When is the countdown? Oh, never mind. A bigger twitch. But Zephyr closing in again on a big shot waiting to happen. And there we go. Parts of the weapon have come off of Bayani, and in more pressing matters, they are being counted out. What on earth has happened? This is... Bayani has just died. Zephyr wins. Well, Zephyr got up to speed and caused damage quickly on Bayani. Bayani trying to recover, but those spins eventually took their toll on them, as they just were only able to barely twitch throughout the rest of the match.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
A rematch. At least two people wanted, and Minor Threat bringing in their hammer. Kinda slow on the action there, and again, they did change their gear ratio to help with self-righting, apparently. Henry trying to get in around, but that hammer coming in again, not coming down with a lot of force. I mean, I'm sure it's a combination of the batteries and the gear ratio change, so they'll probably change that after this recording session. But they still have those very low front forks and good drive power, but Henry going in and pushing in on Minor Threat, and a nice hammer shot there. And again, and again. I don't know how many times, I think that's 4. Alright, we will leave it at 4. Henry now being boxed in with the weakest hammer shot you have ever seen, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, look at those aggressive taps. Oh boy, this is, oh, there we go. Nope, now they're being pinned back in. And Henry gets away. Minor Threat's front has been completely reprofiled to have, forks built into the wedge. It is doing an okay job at keeping Henry at bay, but... And they're being pushed in, but a little hammer shot there on top. Oh boy, Minor Threat. Maybe, yeah, you definitely need some changes after this recording session. Henry now coming in again, pushing in on Minor Threat, who gets a couple hammer shots. There we go, and again. Henry again pushing in as we tick onto the final few seconds. This was not a a very high octane battle, let's say, but a decent showing from both, I guess. I don't really know what to say other than Minor Threat did land a couple hammer shots, dislodging the eyes of Henry, but Henry pushing back. And honestly, there really wasn't that much that I can comment on this one. Minor Threat, some hammer shots, Henry, some pushes. It will be an interesting one for the judges to call, so let's hear their decision now. The winner, by unanimous decision, is Henry.
3, 2, 1, activate.
After that last fight, I hope this one will have more action, as we have two very dangerous spinners in He and Cheezer both getting their weapons up to speed, and we're going to expect a big impact like there. I think parts have come off of both, and now they're getting their weapons up to speed again, and Cheezer with a good hit on the wheel of He. He's wheels are exposed, so that will leave them vulnerable. Cheezer trying to get a spinning attack, and and there goes the chain of Cheezer. But there also go pieces of He's weapon teeth. This will be a very interesting match. Cheezer needs to switch up their strategy quickly as He gets their weapon up to speed. It is spinning up at a very dangerous speed right now. Cheezer needs to lead with their rear end, and there we go. They gotta try and use their well-armored back end to push into He, and there they go. Nice little nudge there from Cheezer. He now slowing down. Cheezer trying to control the pace of this fight right now. He is very slow to move, but their weapon, once it gets going, it does hit like a truck. Cheezer now spinning in place. I do not know why they are doing that. You need to go in. He is closing in, and a nice shot on the wheel guard. Cheezer needs to mount a comeback here. He is getting their weapon up to speed again, and there we go. Nice tactics from Cheezer, pushing the back end of He where the weapon doesn't hit, but good hits onto that rear end of Cheezer. He spinning up again, and there we go. Nice shots there. The only problem with He is the mobility, and the weapon's spin up time is kind of slow as we're ticking down on the final seconds of the match, and I think Cheezer has lost some parts on its rear. This would be a good one for the judges. Both bots doing their utmost in the beginning stages, both getting their weapons up to speed and landing some good shots for the audience, but then the weapon chain came off of Cheezer, and it was kind of just a pushing and shoving match for Cheezer, but He still getting their weapon up to speed and causing damage to Cheezer. It'll be a very interesting one for the judges, I'm sure. And the winner, by split decision, is He.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Bayani back in the arena. Hopefully they got their issues sorted out, and they drive straight into the wall, and Henry looking to take advantage, and they do, pushing Bayani back, and they are driving a bit more squarely than usual. Bayani, come on, there you go, good shove there into Henry, but they cannot get their weapon into play, and Henry pushing back. Now they're locking horns again, and Bayani has stopped moving again. Henry poking and prodding. Maybe percussive maintenance, a little jump start there. Now pushing Bayani. Oh, and there they go. They dart away. And they're twitching again. Oh dear. I think, yeah, this is definitely thermal cutout. Henry now looking to get behind, and they do. Pushing Bayani from coast to coast. And Bayani seems to be stuck again now. Twitching backwards, trying to avoid the count out as best as it can. Henry now spinning on the spot, knowing they have won, unless if Bayani comes back to life, and they're, turning, so maybe. Now getting pushed again. And Henry backs away. Bayani trying to get their spinner up to speed, but they're not moving. Henry spinning on the spot. Now their weapon is up to speed. Oh, and Bayani darting forward, and now they stop again. And now they're being counted out. Henry backing away. Surely victory is here. Bayani not moving, and they have been counted out. Shame for Bayani. Another lucky win for Henry. It was a fast start for Bayani, but then they drove themselves into the wall, and Henry was more than happy to take advantage. They were able to push Henry back though, but again, their weapon struggling to get into play, and then all of a sudden, Thermal bit hard, and Henry took the easy win from there.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And here we go with the main event, a rematch from the Hexbug World. Minor Threat box rushing He and getting their hammer into play. He now running away, spinning up to speed, but no, Minor Threat brings their hammer in. Minor Threat using that reprofiled front end to deflect that spinner of He, and a good shot there to stop the spinner. That weapon does need time to spin up on He. He now backing away. Minor Threat coming in to try and get some good shots in, but there we go. He's weapon back up to speed, now attacking the rear. Good tactics there from Minor Threat. He with a driving error, exposing their backside. Now He running away. I think Minor Threat is struggling from Thermal. Oh, and a big shot there. I think that's damage off of He because it's purple and black. There's not much black on Minor Threat. Now He spinning up to speed. Dangerous speed and good deflection there off of Minor Threat's wedge, but more parts come off of their own bot, and another shot from Minor Threat. 2 shots from Minor Threat. Now He spinning their weapon back up to speed, but immediately thwarted by the hammer of Minor Threat. The wedge of Minor Threat doing a good job at defending that front end. It is the... Oh, a good shot there from He. Unfortunately, He's speed is letting it down again, but getting good shots in on the hammer to try and break that. There we go. After a bit of trouble retracting, and another nice deflection there, but whiffing on the hammer shot. He and Minor Threat not backing down. Good boxing in from Minor Threat. There we go. In that back corner, some hammer shots at the end as we tick down on the final few seconds. He running away, trying to make a lasting impression, getting their weapon up to speed, but Minor Threat not keen on it, throwing in their hammer as we head to the judges. No pit in the arena to determine the outcome this time. Minor Threat was quick out of the gate, trying to prevent that spinner from He getting up to speed as much as possible, even causing some damage to He, but when that weapon was up to speed, it couldn't really do much. That new wedge on Minor Threat really doing its job there, and a nice deflection, but that's all. It's an interesting one for the judges, but I think I know which way it will go. The winner, by unanimous decision, is Minor Threat. Well, Shiken, it looks like we're tied 1-1 now. I wonder how we'll break that deadlock. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I don't know when the next Builders Brawlers will come out because some of the bots are in pieces and are currently being reworked to make them not suck. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I've been ThatBuilderBoi, and I'll see you in the next video.